Me cleaning up this lovely, lovely little house. It's a fair amount to it. Uh, kind of stuff all over the place. But that's how all good things should be. Ooh, there's a bunch of CDs there. I bet I could go sell those to a collector. A couple pieces of art. Willing to bet that artist that used to live here has probably got something to do with that. Lots of cups. Pretty ones at that. If I got a little yard sale going, I could probably sell a good amount of these. But some of them look like they'd be good shot glasses. So, might keep a few. Looks like there's some African artworks, sculptures. It's pretty cool. Okay, we got a little tea set, model trains. Looks like people really set this place up well. Here's a fridge. I hear it running. That's a good sign. Love that. It's a shit ton of clothes here. I think these are actually Emma's mom's clothes. So I know she likes to keep stuff in storage around here too, ever since the place stopped getting used. We got a lot of plates, cookware, the like. My legs feel more uncomfy the longer I stand here. I don't see any mold though. The walls actually managed to keep up pretty damn well for being an abandoned place. Cobwebs all over the place though. Yes, whatever. Is that a glass bong? Nah, it's probably just a vase. Whatever. Nice. There is a built-in oven here, but oh my god, that is as old as it gets. That ain't even digital, like, anything. All of that's analog. Oh my god. Yeah, that's getting replaced. I'm 100% replacing the oven. It's got a nice little kitchen sink, so I can work with that. I know me and her were talking about a dishwasher. If we were to move a dishwasher, it'd probably be right here. Because that just makes sense. That's the only, like, open counter space area I can think of fitting one. Uh, hmm. Well, dishwashers also require plumbing, which means I'd have to route some water from the sink over to there. Maybe the sink gets water from somewhere else. In any case, we're just going to keep hugging the left wall of the house here to explore one room at a time. This is the dilapidated roof room. Uh, Looks like there's still a bunch of shit everywhere, but again, I'm not seeing mold. Hot shit. My biggest fear might actually not be coming true at all. Just a whole bunch of fucking insulation stuff here. Ugh. A lot of it at that. Okay, yeah, let's keep hugging the left wall. See if we can make a perimeter around this place. It's usually a good first step to securing anything, making a perimeter. Looks like here is the front door, which hasn't been used in some time. I wonder why. That's pretty cool. It doesn't look like there's much on the floor around here, but that makes sense because the dude was working on the roof here, so, you know. It seems like a lot of this shit just needs, like, stapled together at this point. Because that's all just insulation stuff. It looks like he's done with the woodwork. If he's done with the woodwork, that means that there's no water coming in, which means there, in theory, shouldn't be no black mold. Dang, I can't activate the flashlight like that. Actually, oh, I can do it like that. Huge. Okay. Looks like there's a bunch of boxes of trash and shit. I could probably just throw all this out. None of this looks useful anymore. If it was useful, it was useful when it was clean. Which ain't now. So I guess I could clean them off, too. Not the point. Speaking of, apparently this place runs off of well water, not sewage, despite being in a downtown area. Because they said it would save them some money. I guess that works. Hey, whatever you want to call it, right? Oh, man, there's so much insulation right here. Okay, so looks like there's a couple doors and screens there. I'm wondering if they took those off from, like, windows and shit. That door looks to have some moldy substance on it. That might need to be taken off, like, completely. I don't see any mold on the walls from where I am. Oh, they've got a fire pit. Hell yeah, that's huge. Looks like a heater. But we live in the south. I feel like heat would be your last concern. Cooling would be my main concern. They must have had a really good AC unit then. If they didn't care about the heat or the cooling that much. Enough to get a heater. That or they're just old. This is a nice little table area. What is this? I don't know what this is. It's a little desk. Ooh, interesting. I don't know if I could sell that to anyone though. It's kind of... I can't imagine a ton of uses for it, strangely enough. This looks like this would be good for like a TV set. Saw a bunch of back or holes in the back so you can run wires through it. But that's nice. Also, I see some couple clothes over there. I'd have to check that, make sure that they're still structurally sound before I start saying let's send them to Goodwill. Here's a nice little corridor area. Because, you know, you pretty much saw room 1 over there, room 2 over there. I still already told you there's like 4 corners to this house. Here's a little connector to the corridor kitchen area, you know, from over here. Another heater. Very nice. They love them, their heaters. Floor cleaner. Armstrong. Man, I've never seen Armstrong look like that. Strange. Oh, is this a toolbox? Which of you Jerry motherfuckers took the tools out of the toolbox? I know that I've seen homeless people's like name tags and shit in this house, but you cannot be serious that you motherfuckers stole the tools and sold them. Which is fair because they were probably the nicest part of this house. Oh, that's a nice little pocket knife. Nice little find. I see a can of Coke over there. That's a closet. That leads to the attic. That's just a whole nother fucking ball game of scary shit that I don't have time to deal with right now. Bedroom. Howdy, bedroom. Looks pretty much the same as we left it last time, which is a good sign. Means no one's sleeping in here. Why are there so many goddamn space heaters? I need to call up this company and be like, yo, come grab your shit. Like, I've got a whole bunch of your crap. Come pick it up. They probably wouldn't. Not the point. I see a shirt. Cowboy hat. For a real cowboy. Interesting. This is a nice little table that's flipped over. We got easy money. There's a whole lot of old board games here. I'm sure I can find a collector for those too. I see a lager. What, was this guy an alcoholic? If you got an old enough beverage, I could sell it for a good penny. What does that say? J. N. Pope. 203 Rosewood Drive. I don't know who J. N. is. But if Pope is on the last name, that's a good sign. Because that is Emma's last name. Is that a designer bag? What is that? I don't know. I see an old school scale. Goes up to 260 pounds. Very nice. I see someone's been playing fiddlesticks with the wires over here. Oh, as an electrician in training, that gets me excited. I might even pop a chub right now. Got all this. Looks like that's part of the bed frame, which has been dismantled since I was last in here. We were thinking of using the same bed frame, but now we are actually thinking of just taking Emma's old bed frame and replacing it with this one. Or taking Emma's old bed frame and replacing this one with that. Because otherwise, holy shit. There's so many leather bags. Alright, I've got to be able to sell some of this shit, right? Like, if I take a picture of a couple of these and I'm like, yo, leather bags, come check them out. Like, people are going to be interested. Leather bags are like a fad. People are into that. A couple things of glassware, rolling pins, whatever. Used to be a baseball bat over here. You know, self-defense. I don't see that no more. Maybe Emma took it with her last time she was in here, which would make sense. But anyways, it's effectively the end of the house tour. I guess I haven't shown the sunroom in the video yet. That was the room I started in. That's the only way to get into this place. And I also haven't shown off the bathroom much, which looks gross, but it does need cleaned. And that is gross, but not something you can't clean up, which is a good sign. That means I can clean it. I don't see any mold over here either. That is nice. Very nice. Okay. This is doable. This is 120% doable. It's just going to take a lot of elbow grease. That's for sure. Is that? What the fuck? What is that? Are those things pure gold? Oh my god. Well, I know I could sell that online for big money. I see a power drill here. No way that works. Well, only one way to find out, right? So I think it's dead. Makes sense. It's a 15.6 volt. But good to know. There's a power drill in here. Good. 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 I keep feeling cobwebs on me every time I'm walking through another door, which sucks. Hey, look, it's the 3 ovens, or 3 washing machines, or 3 whatever the heck. I swear, every time I'm in here, it looks like something different. No, they're definitely ovens. I think these are the things he was taking apart, putting back together. What is this? I don't know, but it looks like he's got a couple of them. Polished brass, chrome, lever, 2-handled ice brass. Okay. So he's got a bunch of handles collected for some reason, which is nice. Looks like he's going to replace the sink with that. That's not a bad idea. I might do the very same. Good thinking, old man. Another drill. Does it work? Nope. And rusty scissors. That's a hazard. I'm throwing those out. Another drill. Does it work? No. Of course it doesn't. Oh my god. Wait, but he's got a whole bunch of, like, electrical shit in here. I'm getting good finds by the second. Oh my god. This is amazing. Okay. Alright, we can work with this. Now, her grandma was describing a thing that held papers that was round, could spin. If I could find that, I could make use of it. Because she wanted those papers, because those papers were apparently poems written to her by her husband, who never gave them to her. I see a little chess set here. Looks like it's got all the pieces. Chess and checkers. Very nice. Might be polished up a bit, but oh, I know an antique store would love that. And we're back to the start. I'll be damned. That is a lot of things to take care of. Because me and Emma have agreed that this will be a long, long project. Ooh, is that a Ninja blender? No, it's a Ninja coffee maker. What the fuck? Okay, well, what the fuck was I saying? I don't even remember anymore. Because me and Emma have agreed that this is going to be a very long project that we're going to be working on, we have decided that we're going to try and do one room at a time. You may think the best room to do would be the bedroom, but in this case, it's actually going to be the living room, where the roof is falling apart in 2. Why would that be the best room to start with, you might ask? Because it actually has the less shit to take care of, as you can see. Unfortunately, most of it is pretty heavy, and some of it I just can't even fucking use. But if I talk to a proper tradesman for a little bit and say, hey bro, come on in, let's look at this and tell me what the fuck I gotta do, then, you know, that could be useful. So that's where we're at. That is where we're at. I don't even really need them to tell me what to do. I can kind of get the image from here. It looks like they did the first row over here, where they've already started like bedding them properly, and then everything else just started to fall to shit because the guy got deported. Um, you might think I'm being racist. Nope, that's literally what happened. Yeah, this will be a fun summer project. This is day one.